The other thing that is in the offing is it's not supposed to be the greatest of weathers. Temperature in the 40s. They're expecting it to be winds, 15, 20 mile an hour winds, rain. The Browns did play in some pretty awful weather last year. Kevin Stefanski just talked about did he and the Browns learn anything from those bad weather games a season ago?
Yeah, I think we did, Scott. I think we understand that ball security is a premium. So all the guys that touch it, center quarterback exchange, the exchange between the quarterback and the running backs, catching the ball in adverse conditions are all things that you have to prepare for, and you got to work at those during this week.
So, D-Man, that is a very valid point. That is something that will be an issue if it is rainy and windy.
Yeah, in one sense, it's an advantage for sure for Cleveland to have Detroit, the indoor team, the Ford Field team, coming out of its climate control conditions and having to deal with the elements. But the Lions, they had to deal with what seemed to be a pretty difficult weather day in Pittsburgh and managed to play the Steelers to a tie, even though Steelers didn't have Ben Roethlisberger. So I don't know exactly how much of an advantage it is to get the Lions out of their climate control conditions. But as far as the turnovers go, that's the way that a bad team can stay in the game, is just mistakes made by, the team that's supposed to be superior. And I'm claiming that the Browns in this matchup are superior. The bad team can stay in it by either forcing turnovers or having the opposition just mess things up, such as center quarterback exchange.
Yeah, and the other thing is the Lions offense, it's struggled. They've scored over 20 points in the season once. That was the opener against the 49ers. Haven't been over 20 since. So it's setting up for the Browns to be just fine and kind of dominate the way they normally do.
Yeah, and they're going to want to run the ball, the Lions, obviously, with the quarterback in flux, and also they were trending that way, and they showed that they were going to run against Pittsburgh. We'll see. We'll see how effective they are, but I think the Browns will come out ripping and snorting, and I do believe, as hard as it is for pro athletes to be embarrassed, because remember, pro athletes get to cash big checks, so they could sit there and go, why are you saying I'm embarrassed? I'm living in my $1 million home and driving my, expensive car, and I got generational wealth. What are you talking about embarrassed? But I think in this case, coming off of what they came off of in Foxborough, they were so thoroughly beaten that there was embarrassment that kind of seeped into that locker room. So I think they will take out their frustrations on the Lions.